Blog Talk Radio.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another Soul Sister show with host Sue and myself, Anne. And today we have Thursday, December 10th, 2020. So it's almost like the last part of this year, right? Around 21 days to go. And we all hope that next year will carry a very different energy. But anyway, we are a live call-in show, so call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and you can call in for questions or get a free mini reading live on air. And of course, we would really love to hear your personal angel story today if you want to share that with us. If you want to talk with us live on the show, press 1. You can also go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live, scrollsofthesoul.com/live to listen live on the player and text chat with us during the show. And I'm Anne, coming to you from Stockholm, Sweden. We have a rainy, foggy evening actually, but it's not very cold. I think we have maybe 6-7 degrees Celsius today, so that's awesome for this time of the year. No ice and no snow. And on today's show, we will talk about angels and ascended masters, plus our personal stories. And we would just love to hear your personal story around angels and ascended masters. And we take your calls for questions and free mini readings live on air. And we're always a live worldwide call-in radio broadcasting today from Arizona in the US and Stockholm, Sweden in Europe. Now is a great time to get your spot in the queue. Give us a ring at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the numbers, and we take your calls for questions, chatting with you in general, maybe today about angels. If you want to share a story with us, or why not get a free mini reading live on air. And if you want to talk with us live on the show, press 1. And you can also go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live to listen live on the player and text chat with us in the chat room on the same page, scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And on today's show, we will talk about angels and ascended masters, plus our personal stories. So stay tuned. And we would love to hear your personal story, of course. Plus, we take your calls for questions and free mini readings live on air. And we're always live call-in show. So once again, here's the number, 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number and press 1 to talk with us live on the show. And if you haven't listened to us any time before, we are the show that, discusses the Akashic Records, soul realignment, healing modalities, and we just love to chat about any and all spiritual topics. It's our passion. And we are a live call-in worldwide radio, always. So you can call in or you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live and text chat with us and listen live on the player if you want to do that. And we are proud to announce that we have listeners in 25 countries all over the globe. That amazes me. Every time I say that, it really amazes me. So thank you, everybody, for showing your trust in us by listening to our shows. And you can find us on YouTube. Just search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube and subscribe and like our videos. And actually, we did put up 3 new videos that are one with Archangel Michael and how to cut the cords, one with forgiveness, because that's also very, very, very important, and also one that is positive and reminds us that we have a phoenix within us, so we can just rise from the ashes and continue on our path and be reborn, so to speak. So it's on the channel page, so you can find those. And of course, we have a bunch of other things up there too. Now, let me bring on my co-host for Soul Sisters, my beautiful sister, Sue, all the way from Arizona. Hi, Sue. How are you?
Hi, Sissy. I'm doing good. We're having rain here, just like you, rain and cold. So, which, hey, you know what? Once in a while, we can use that out here. Considering we most of the time have sunshine and heat, I'll take a little bit of rain and cold any day.
Okay, yeah, I understand that, but we have this for weeks in a row. I could use some sunshine, but even the sunshine this time of the year is not enough for us to have our bodies create vitamin D. It's not enough.
Yeah.
So I think almost everyone needs to take extra vitamin D here.
Yeah, right. You get more cold weather right now, huh? This time of year, cold and snow and all that good
It's
stuff.
not very cold, actually. It's a decent weather, so to speak, because usually this time of the year we can have minus 20 Celsius.
Right.
And if we have plus, I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be freezing for us. So I'll take a little bit of chilly weather over your cold weather.
Okay. But you know what? I'm actually someone who learned to appreciate rain. I love rain.
Yeah.
But not 4 weeks in a row. I want a little bit of light and sunshine.
Right. Yeah, that's all part of the winter months, I guess.
Yeah, it is. But, it could have been worse. That's how I always think. Could have had snow and ice and everything. So, I'm happy. I'm dancing. Dancing on the streets, as the song said, right?
Right.
So, everybody listening in, get your spot in the queue now and call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the numbers, and you can call in for questions, chat with us, share a story, a personal story about angels, or why not get a free mini reading live on air. Press 1 to talk with us live on the show, or listen live and text chat with us during the show at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne or Sue, for a personal paid reading, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And you can always find out much more about us at scrollsofthesoul.com. And once again, if you haven't called in, now is a wonderful time to call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number and press 1 to talk with us live on the show. And before we move on with today's show, let's recap what the last show was all about. Sissy?
Sure, yes. Last week was the first Thursday of the month, and as we said in the past, we like to talk about soul realignment in the Akashic records. And each month we try to bring up an area of the Akashic records that, as practitioners, this is part of the information that we seek out or we ask questions about. And last week was the soul memory system. And in that information, there's a lot of other aspects to that we didn't have a chance to go through. So we had decided that it's going to be a part 1 and part 2. And basically, all we try to do is give you guys an idea of the information gathered when researching the soul's history and what it is we gather. So keep a listen, because that's going to be a part 2 next month. And if you didn't get a chance to listen, you can always go into scrollsofthesoul.com/past to listen into that first part if you weren't here last week. Okay, so I think I basically touched on that, Susie.
Yes,
say we
you
get
did.
into today's topic a little bit, which is
yes.
quite.
But first of all, you know what? I
Sure.
want to ask you about today's card. Didn't you pick a today's card?
Yes. Yes, I did. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, so as usual, I always try to pick something for all of us and everyone who's called in, who's on the board. And so I'll just go through a couple of them. Angel answers, messages from spirit messages. And that one I got cleanse. So that's an interesting one. Okay, so under cleanse, your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take time out for some, God, my vision's going, for so much needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean your house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for some spiritual, emotional, and physical cleansing. So that was what I got for everyone today. So that's always a good idea. We're coming up on a new year,
Yeah.
so it's not a bad idea to do a little bit of cleanse. So
usually
what do
that's
you have?
your thing to do. Yeah.
Oh.
I wonder when you would ask. I chose a deck I use very rarely, actually. So this is from Diana Cooper, Angels of Light cards. And of course, it's very fitting and suitable for today. And I picked Archangel Uriel. And Archangel Uriel works on the ruby ray, which is made of purple and gold. It is a ray of wisdom and spirituality. You are blessed to track this angel card, for he will bring you serenity, love, tranquility, and peace. And you, in your turn, are invited to spread these beautiful qualities to others. Connecting with Archangel Uriel will enable you to aspire to oneness with all humanity. This is a high state of grace which will bring you freedom and joy. Visualize yourself in a purple and golden cloak and invoke Archangel Uriel's help to raise your consciousness. And I have a wonderful affirmation for everyone. I am one with everyone in peace and serenity. So that was a beautiful and very fitting message, wasn't it?
Yeah, right, very much so. Well, very good. So, would you like to start, or do you want me to start on kind of on our own experiences?
Yeah. We have a well to dig from, don't we?
Yeah.
It's how you feel about it. Do you want to start, or do you want me to start? Let me know.
You go first this time. We'll swap it around a little bit.
Okay. I actually want to bring up two angels that I have many angel stories and many more angels that I had participation with. But I'm bringing up the first one I did start with, and I had this archangel for a few years actually. It's Archangel Metatron, and I didn't know from the beginning that he's very often coming to those who are beginners and those when you are starting off your journey, your conscious journey. Even if we have, as I'm always saying, even if we have experiences, we have psychic abilities, we have a lot of things, we sense things, see things, just know things, all of those things.
Right.
It's a very different thing when you start to consciously follow the spiritual path, because then you are, say, you're willing to work with yourself. So it's coming into a very different level, so to speak. And
Right.
he came to me. He's huge, and I didn't know the first time I could see him. And when I say that I could see him with my inner eye, with my third eye, but not as a physical being, of course. But I knew he was there, and that was in Greece, Wales. It's a very strong place, full of power places. And I remember that I saw the wings, and he was really huge. So I connected with him, and I tried to learn both from tuning into him and trying to see what signs and guidance and everything he wanted to give me, but also trying to research a little bit on the practical level. So it's like a combination until you find. I don't actually know what colors he's appearing for others, but when he comes to me, he's appearing with all the colors of the rainbow. And if I would say how I perceive his height, I would say maybe he's 3-4 meters high. He's huge.
Oh yeah.
And actually he's very, very strong. And they say, I didn't delve too much into that information. They say that he have actually walked on this earth, and that he was once the prophet Enoch, and that he has a twin flame that is Archangel Sandalphon. So if anyone wants to research that a little bit, that's good. He's a very good archangel to turn to, because when all the angels have a tremendous amount of power, and they're very strong and a lot of energy, but he's extremely strong, and that's very good, because in the beginning it can feel a little bit rocky with your own energy, how to adjust, how to but he's helping with all of that, and he's helping you understand things and how you can understand signs. And at that time, actually, it's interesting, in my life, I was drowning in numbers all over the place. Feathers, numbers, you name it. And I saw things like 555, 777, 111, 222, 333 on the clock, all the time.
I think too, when you're opening up, there's so much that comes your way. It's not just one thing; it's so many things you kind of get bombarded with. I know you have experienced that too.
Yeah, and what I did in the beginning, I started to write a journal of the numbers, because I could see maybe from 5 times a day up until maybe 30. So I just kept writing them. I didn't really understand at that time, but sometimes it's not so important to receive a specific message each time. It's more like at that time in my life, I was more starting to understand, what am I sensing when this comes around, and what's happening to me? How am I perceiving things, and what are they showing me? Where do they want me to go, so to speak? So it's a combination of all things that comes together. So journaling is a very good thing to do.
Right.
Do you want to chime in with a story?
Well, yeah.
Because I have someone else.
One quick thing I've got to say about Metatron is the first experience I ever had with Metatron was actually in the shower. That was kind of weird. But talk
Yeah.
about height. Yeah, very much so, like almost a giant in stature. Really, um, almost like 10 feet tall. Just really, really big, strong. And you have to look up. I mean, you have to look up to look at Metatron. There's a quiet strength about him, but there's this understanding that you have with Metatron that you know Metatron may not say a lot, but Metatron doesn't need to say a lot. I remember that's what I took away from my first experience with him. You just have this kind of understanding, one in which you just know that there's this quiet strength about him, and not much needs to be said. So that was just really strange. I remember telling you about that experience a couple years ago. Yeah, in the shower of all places.
Yeah. Wow. You know what? I have a funny story too. Because we tend to think that we need to sit down in deep meditation, we need to do so many things. It's going to be, it's always special, so don't take me wrong, so to speak. But it's sometimes we overdo it. We think that maybe we need to go to church to connect, maybe we need to do this, we need to do that, but that's not the case. Like you in the shower. I had another very special experience, and I had no idea. I was out walking in the city of Stockholm with a friend, and we went to a cafeteria, and after the cafeteria I wanted to go to the ladies' room. That's the bathroom again, right? Mm-hmm. And while I was waiting outside, because two ladies' rooms were occupied, both of them, so I was waiting in the line, and all of a sudden I had a big, huge pillar of light coming from above, covering me and going down into the earth. And I just first I didn't say anything, and then I just talked silently within myself, and I said, "What's happening?" And I saw an angel coming, and I said, "Who are you?" And she said, "I'm Archangel Haniel." That was my first encounter with her, and she's very good for psychic abilities and to develop your senses and things of that nature.
Right.
And I said to her, "Okay, I'm really honored, but this is the ladies' room." And I know that she said to me, "It doesn't matter. The place doesn't matter."
Right.
We tend to think it matters, but it doesn't really matter. So it was supposed to be right there, and it was a very nice location. It was an old place in the Stockholm city, and they have a store very close to that cafeteria with health stuff and books and maybe a few spiritual things. So maybe that's why that was a good place. But the energy was, of course, very good. But I was amazed, and that pillar of light, that was a personal transformation for me. So it did transform me, and I came into a different vibration. But I was in awe because it happened in the ladies' room.
Yeah, right. And I completely understand that. What I had come to understand with that experience with Metatron, water is a conductor. So water it's really easy to attract angels when you're near water. So that's why, hence the shower, because it's a great way to conduct,
Sorry, I just wanted to say something short. Water stands for, in a metaphorical way, stands for emotions. So of course it makes sense. Sorry.
Right.
Now it's your turn.
Oh, no, it's okay. So my story, I'll get into it a little bit. When I first got into this arena, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. And I didn't know that I had taken a course and then from that course, my teacher had advised that I try Reiki. And of course, like everyone, I just had this huge aversion to Reiki, and not really knowing why. I don't really know why I had this aversion to it, but I did. And he recommended a class that was running in his building, so I joined. And what I didn't know was that the first part of the class, you'll receive an energy, which I had no idea. I didn't quite understand the process, but what was amazing was the experience. So when you're receiving Reiki energy, this is energy that's been passed through Reiki masters for hundreds of thousands of years. So when you kind of go through the lineage of a Reiki master, you can see where that lineage goes. And the energy is just an incredible experience. I didn't know what to expect. And I remember there was 3 of us in her class. It was a really small class. And she had us close our eyes. And she would go to each one of the students and kind of breathe this energy over you. And while she's doing that, she's stating a couple things. And the only way to describe it is to say I could see it had opened up the third eye, and that was the first time that had ever happened to me, where I literally popped open an eye. It's the only way to describe it. And I see this hand come towards the third eye with a pearl inside of it. And that pearl was dropped into the third eye. I literally can see it, the third eye closing around it and absorbing this pearl. I had no idea what it meant. And so she was finishing up with the rest of the students. And afterwards, she had asked each one of us to share. So before she stated that, she let us know that Archangel Michael was in the room. And did any one of us kind of have something unique happen? And so when I chimed in, I was telling her what had occurred, and she said, "Well, that was Archangel Michael. That was you receiving the energy through Archangel Michael, and that pearl is like a pearl of wisdom. That's a gift you received." And that was my first experience with an archangel. I just remember how powerful it was. You can't describe this energy to someone. You have to experience it. And I know you yourself, Anne, you've received the Reiki energy. And when you receive it, there are really some unique things that start to occur. And one of the things that my teacher advised was that do not rush to go into the next level of Reiki, because a lot of people have trouble absorbing all that energy. A lot happens to them. Because the third eye opens, there's areas you start to see that you've never seen before. And, of course, that's where she recommended, like everyone recommends, to journal that information. And what happened that first year was absolutely incredible, between the visions, the things I could see with my own soul's history, and then colors that were showing up in front of me on walls. I literally had all the chakra colors visually show up on a wall in front of me. I remember I took a picture and sent that over to Anne. And that was my first real experience with Archangel Michael. And I got to tell you, that was the most incredible experience I've ever had. I will never forget that.
No, and when we collect our experiences and stories and, everything we have gone through when it comes to the spiritual path, it never ceases to amaze me. It's absolutely wonderful. And I remember I started with Reiki, the first Reiki, 16 years before I took my second one. And I started mostly of the reasons that I was advised that it could be helpful when you are developing your spiritual um, self, so to speak, how to understand things. And it sets things in motion for real, it does. So that's why it's not advisable to rush into the next level too soon. You don't have to wait 16 years as I did. That's only a coincidence. But there were so many other things that I did in between. But I know it started a process of a lot of things, and I think that my process went on for months, maybe almost a year before I could feel that I did settle within that energy, because there are so many things happening. And my special thing was that we were supposed to give each other, we had a group session when I was given the Reiki, the first one, and everybody complained on my hands. They said it's like fire. We're holding them above us, but it's like fire. It's like balls of fire.
Right.
So that was really amazing. Yes.
I think that's just, I think it's really natural for a lot of practitioners to have that happen, you know, where the hands can get hot. But for us, it doesn't feel like it. You know, we don't feel that heat. But the person, you know, the person below us or the person we're working with feels the intense heat.
Yeah, I actually did feel it. I did. That's weird, maybe, and unusual. I don't know, but I did feel it. I was sweating. So now it's the bottom of the hour, and we have a few announcements for you, and then we start taking some calls, right?
Yeah. So hang on, guys. We'll be there shortly.
Yes. And we start off with the number again, so we'd love to talk to you. And if you want to chat with us online, there's still room to talk here. So get your spot in the queue now. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number. And you can call in for questions or get a free mini reading live on air. Why not share your personal angel story with us? We are longing to hear it. Press 1 to talk with us live on the show, or you can listen live and text chat with us during the show at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And on today's show, we are still talking about angels and ascended masters, plus our personal stories. And of course, we'd love to hear your personal story around angels and ascended masters. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue for a personal paid reading, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, December 17th, with Solstice the Show and host Sue and Anne, and we will be talking about numerology. Give us any numbers special to you so we can try to find out a number that's significant. We can count it, so to speak, so we find out the energy. Tune in and find out more. Plus your calls for questions and free mini readings live on air as usual. We'll be on 10 a.m. Pacific in the US, 6 p.m. London, 7 p.m. Sweden, and 8 p.m. Greece in Europe. You can always keep yourself updated on our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And of course, you can find us on YouTube. Search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube, and you can find the upcoming shows there to listen to full past episodes and a few more things from now on. And we are always a live call-in worldwide radio, broadcasting today from Arizona in the US and Stockholm, Sweden. And let's get back to the show.
Okay, so let me go over to our callers. Hang on one second. I'm coming over, guys. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, ladies. Melissa C.O. Hi,
Melissa.
Wonderful, what a wonderful thing. I definitely Hi, ladies, both of y'all. Definitely would shout out. I did the intro Discord, so thank you very much for that. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Hi, ladies. Okay, so question for you. This is when I say that Target, of course, learn. I am observing like an alligator, but I believe, and I don't want to give in my energy. I'm not focusing on it. It's just like for a few seconds or a minute or two. But my strong intuition now from the situation with the man with the letter R, with what's around him, something is already coming into play, and it's. I want to get your input, pretty please.
Right. Yeah. Didn't we say that last week too?
Yeah. Yes. You said before the end of the month, and
yeah.
And right now it's just past 2 days, so 3 days. I'm having this humongous strong feeling that I have not had before.
Right.
Without me focusing on him. So that's you did say that, and this is the update that I'm telling you because
right.
And so it has begun. It officially, I think they're officially in right now. Is this true? Are they in already?
Wait a minute, honey. Say that again. I didn't hear that last part. Are they in? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Did the law get? Is the law in already? Are they in already?
As far as anything legal, like law enforcement, is that what you're talking about? Law enforcement?
Law enforcement, lawyer, anything? Yes.
Yeah, this is all a law enforcement and legal aspect. So the whole thing is, remember last week you talked about, you wish he could be where you were as far as kind of having an understanding. But because you stepped back, right? You took a step back. You kind of kept yourself safe, where his lesson wasn't going to be as easy as yours. Okay, it just wasn't. He was going to learn. He was going to have to learn the hard way. Unfortunately, where at least you had the advantage of calling someone and saying, "Hey, what should I do about this?" And so you had the advantage of perspective where you took a step back and didn't get involved. That actually kept you safe, right? Well, he didn't do the same, so his lesson is going to be a little bit harder, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it makes sense. His lesson's harder with what's around him. There's people involved too. That's also into play, right? You said. Yep.
Yes.
It has
Very
begun.
much so.
Yeah. It's here. Wow. I wanted to let you know. Was there any messages that I need to know for me?
Well, let me see if Anne has anything, and then I'll try to see if there's more I can add to that. Anne, do you have anything for Melissa?
Yes, I actually have, and I'm keeping this constant and today, so I keep the same deck. So I'm going to find answers from Diana Cooper's Angels of Light cards that we don't usually use. So this card I have for you is talking about acknowledgement, and it says, look after yourself by acknowledging your desires and needs and taking steps to meet them. So see yourself and examine and note your gifts, talents, and achievements. And I sense, when they send us messages like this is about you focusing on you. So they are guiding you to gain more strength and more power and more a stronger vibration within yourself, because when you do, you're going to perceive what's going on around you in a different light. And when you accept all aspects of yourself, you feel centered and confident. then you can genuinely acknowledge others. Just what I said, right? So you see things from a different perspective because you're stronger and you did change within. So that's why we always say there's to have the change. You can't see your world outside of yourself change if you don't go within first and work on whatever needs to be worked on and change. Because it doesn't have to be always like there are negative things. It can be just that we are transforming into different vibration and we're coming on a different level, and we see things differently when we come out on the other side. And also be aware and nurture the good qualities of the people in your life so that they feel relaxed and happy in your presence. So surround yourself with those who you feel are giving you a good energy and you feel comfortable with. And of course, sometimes we do have others in our lives too. We can keep them, but we may keep them a little bit longer at a distance, so to speak, until they have come to a place where they solved their stuff. Because even if we want to help someone, and I fully understand that, it's also a part of being a light worker that we have this desire. We see people suffering and we understand that there are things going on and we just want to reach out and help, but we can't. They have to help themselves sometimes, so we can help ourselves. And angel wisdom reminds you to recognize who you truly are, an evolved spirit in a human body. When you acknowledge your spiritual dimensions, you will align with your true self and your spirit will soar. And the affirmation for you is, I acknowledge who I truly am. I don't know if that makes sense, Melissa.
Yes, it does. It makes sense. So beautiful. Words said. I'm so blown away.
Beautiful.
Yes, everything you said so beautiful. Wow.
Yes. And you are beautiful, you know that. Deep within. You are. Let that come out.
Thank you.
Okay. Sue?
You know,
yeah.
I got to ask you, Melissa, have you had some recent or new experiences with Archangel Metatron yourself?
I did get his name. His name came to my brain cells about a week ago when I was sitting down. Something about the consciousness. I did. I'm trying to remember. Yes, I did something in my mind. I wasn't doing anything. His name just popped up a few times in my mind.
Yep.
And
right.
Go ahead, tell me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he is definitely very strong for you. And the message I got specifically was continue in the direction you're going, because you asked, is there messages for me? Yeah, continue exactly what you're doing, because you're the path you're on is that path of enlightenment and awakening and the spiritual side of things, right? And so you're kind of you're dabbling in it. Continue, go forward and expand those horizons as far as the spiritual side, because that's also going to give you more answers. You know, the answers you seek are going to come through on the spiritual end, and you're just going to gain that knowledge you need to gain. So Metatron is just right now kind of passing through for you as a messenger, to let you know, one, you're on a great path, continue that path, and two, in a supportive role, right, to support you, to let you know that you have taken that step away from things that aren't conducive to you, to your divinity, such as the negative vibration we were talking about earlier. Those things that are negative are very negative. Had you stepped forward into those things, you wouldn't be where you're at today on the spiritual side. And you are connecting more and more to yourself and to your own guide, right? You're getting more sensations where you just seem to know something's going on or something's occurred, and no one's told you that, you just know it, right?
Yes, that's I have.
Yeah. Yep. That's connecting more and more on the spiritual aspect. And that's, once you do that, you're calling out for your own guides, teachers, and angels, the ascended masters you are. And so you need to kind of seek out more and more to learn more about them because they are assisting. Okay? And Metatron is definitely assisting. But I don't see him like as a permanent thing. I see him more as someone who's temporary right now. Just it's not like he's your permanent guardian angel. He came in as the first open up the door for you to help you understand some things on the spiritual side. And then once you gain that knowledge, some more are going to come in that are actually your own guides, your own guardian angels. So all you did was just open a door, I guess, and you're listening. You're listening to what you're being told, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You're having very strong knowings about things that are going on that no one's telling you, but you seem to have the answer for, right?
Yeah.
Especially with the person you're talking about. You already have answers. So, yeah, if you want confirmation, I'll confirm you are correct. Okay? You're correct.
Yeah.
So continue on that path. Continue expanding yourself on the spiritual side because it's giving you the answers you're seeking.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Oh, very good.
Wow.
I would even look into other archangels and see if any start to kind of resonate with you, and if they do specifically, most likely that's someone you're being guided by who is a guardian angel of yours. So just for the heck of it, when you don't have anything to do, start looking, Googling different archangels and see if they resonate. See if their message resonates. I think they will.
Yeah.
I think you'll find out.
I can actually chime in a little bit too and say, when we want to manifest things, and it goes for everything, and even to manifest a connection with the angels, it's like when we think, we affirm, we talk to them, we pray, we do a lot of things, but we can also act on it. So when you focus on Googling on them, that's equally sacred because you're putting effort into finding out some things, even if it's at that point experiences that others are writing about. So, but you will have your own, and when they sense and see that you are focusing on this, they're going to show you signs. They're going to shower you in signs.
Make sense?
Yes, that is the greatest honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exciting when it starts to happen.
Yes, it is.
Go ahead, Melissa. You were going to say something? Are you there?
I have seen 3 of the archangels.
Really? Who have you seen?
Yes.
Wow.
I see Michael, Gabriel, and Uriel. His wing. His name came to my mind.
Right. Yeah. Start to journal. Okay. Start to journal this stuff when you're seeing, and then ask what it is that they'd like you to know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is an honor.
Because after a year from now, you're going to forget a lot of things. So start making notes of some of the things that are occurring, or who's appearing to you, or who you're hearing. Okay?
Yes. Which means I'm going to be stronger, right? I'm going to be so connected years from now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. And then, of course, when you seek out more information about them, you start to get an understanding what the message actually is, because there is a message there. So by learning about each archangel, you start to understand what some of the messages might be.
Yes, exactly.
And you can always ask too.
Oh my God, it's an honor.
Yeah.
I'm blown
Yeah.
away.
Okay.
Damn,
All right, love. I've got to wrap it up because I've got to grab another call. But you can call and let us know how things are going each week. Good luck with everything,
Yes.
and know that what you were seeking today, yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for my experience of learning. It's been a pleasure, ladies, and I know you're gifted. Got to help the people. Thank you so much, ladies.
All right, thanks. Have a good day, Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa.
Bye, love.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, Sissy, let me move on to our next caller.
Yes.
Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Kay, and I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Kay is what you said?
Yes. Kay, K-A-Y.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Kay. How's it going in Georgia?
A little cool, but depending where you're from, you may not think it's cool, but it's cool.
Right.
Yeah. I bet if we compare with Sweden, I bet it's colder here, right?
No, right. That's why I said depending where you're from.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she's the winner of that game, huh, Kay?
I think she is.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm glad for her to be the winner of that game.
Yeah.
And you know what? I could be happy losing the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. So what can we do for you, Kay?
Thank you. I just have a question about my career. I've applied for a position with a company, and the short of it is, to make this quick, where is that next opportunity? When is that manifesting itself?
Okay, so Mike, I got a question to ask because you asked the question, but I got a question. Is this an out-of-state opportunity? Is this out of state?
The headquarters is in a different state, but no, I would remain in Georgia. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because that was the thing out of state, but yeah, it could be the headquarters, like you said.
Yeah.
Is there more than one? Is there two different opportunities in this company? You could have applied
for two different. Yes, I have already applied for two. One, I wasn't really sure about, and then the second one just seemed to catch my attention more. But I'm open to either one, and it was just that second one was like, that aligns with what I do.
Right. The second one is the one I see coming up. That's why I asked if there was two different opportunities, because it is the second one that came in. So it's the one you desire then, right? The second one's the one you prefer.
It really is.
Okay.
I'm just trying not to talk myself out of thinking, I haven't heard anything. Well, maybe stop that.
Right. And everybody does that, right? But I'm seeing that that's the one. Not only are you going for, but that's the one that's going to come through. So I just keep getting number two, the second, number two. So I think that's going to come through for you. Let me ask Ann if she's got a little more she can add. Ann?
Okay.
Yes. Hi, Sue, and hi, Kay. Actually, it feels like there's a good energy around both options. But it feels just like Sue said, the second option, I'm hearing the word renewal. This feels to be something that will bring you on, not a brand new adventure maybe, but like changing direction a little bit when it comes to your work and getting and coming to a place where it feels that there's a future here, and there's I feel that if you choose this path, as it's showing for me right now, energetically, it feels like it's going to lead you towards maybe more success and maybe more feeling better, feeling that you are in the right place and that you can both have a good life and also have a good work life, both private life and work life.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
You're so on point. You're so on point, because the company is actually one of where I work now, they are one of my clients. And I have such wonderful relationships with some of the people there that they have been wanting me to come over and just trying to find a position, the right fit. So that makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Absolutely
that's
wonderful,
good.
because it feels like I'm hearing also the words successful employment. So it feels like there's everything, every energy and every component that can bring you to a good place. And even having good relationships with those who work there. And that's important too, right? Because we spend a lot of time at our workplace.
Yes. Yes. Okay. That's wonderful. Okay.
I've got a quick question for you, Kay. Is there going to be any travel involved here? Not all the time. Like some,
Not
because
all the
travel.
time. Yeah.
Right. Travel came up. So.
Yes.
Because I saw suitcases. Yes. I'm like, oh, she's going to be traveling for this stuff. And this is something you're comfortable with?
I am, and the reason I was drawn to this is because I work in insurance, and this particular vendor or this company is one of my insurance companies, and it would basically be what I'm doing to make what I require of them is what I would then be doing. So it's like I know what we need. So to get in the position to make sure that company is not doing fraud or monitoring fraud. So going to different vendors to ensure they're compliant.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Yeah.
And was there something else you wanted to add?
Yes, because I just picked a card from the deck that I talked about before, Angels of Light cards from Diana Cooper. I had it for years. I didn't use it too much, actually, but it's nice and it's fitting for today's topic. And the card I picked for you is Curiosity. And the message is to see life through the curious eyes of a child, and you will discover a never-ending source of happiness and excitement. So I feel that you have that. That's what you are doing right now. Curiosity keeps you alive, interested and interesting. And the angels are inviting you to be curious about yourself. Start exploring who you are, and you will grow personally and spiritually. And, you know, it's a never-ending story, actually, because when we discover who we are, then we are coming into new transformation again. So it's very exciting. We are changing all the time, and that's a part of the spiritual path also. And be curious about the wonderful universe in which you live, about the angels themselves and their role in the divine plan. The radiance of your delight in life will illuminate you. And the affirmation for you is, I explore the wonder of life. That was beautiful.
I love that.
Wow.
That's amazing and so on point and timely. Because I am doing so much work on myself that was just perfect. that was timely.
Yeah,
wow.
I agree. You know, I felt very much like the card she pulled was a perfect fit for you. So, that's nice.
That's
very,
great.
Very good.
That is great.
You have a great spirit,
so
too,
perfect.
Kay.
Oh,
yes,
thank
you have.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and that spirit gets you far. You know, gets you far with work. There's a very trusting
Yes.
element to you, very trusting energy. I think that gets you really far as employment, and you're just kind of moving through, advancing.
Wonderful.
For you to advance.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Because you have
I
that
want to
really.
mention something. Ladies, I want to mention something because I did write, now we have 3 affirmations from these cards today. So I did write them in the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. If you want to see the one for you, that's the last one. That's
Okay.
at the bottom there.
Okay.
So I explore the wonder of life. So you have that.
Oh my God, that's
Okay.
just beautiful. And I do affirmations every night anyway, so that was just perfect.
Well, that's great. Keep us informed, huh? I'd really like to know
Definitely.
when you get that job and how things go. So I think a lot of good things
Okay,
are on the way
great.
for you.
Great. Thank you. Blessings
All
to
right.
you both.
Blessings,
And
to
blessings
you
to you
Kay.
too. Blessings.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Thank you. You as well.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay. All right,
Wow.
Sissy. Yeah, she's got just a really great spirit about her, and I keep seeing when you have an achievement or an award at work, it's all framed, and I can see these awards. She's getting in the future. She's going to be getting awards, and there's going to be she's going to advance very quickly. So yeah, that's really good. Good luck, Kay. I think good things are coming about for you. Okay. Let me move on to our next caller, Sissy. Hang on one sec. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Amala from Connecticut. How are you?
Amala, how are you?
Fine.
Good. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. What's going on? How's things going back in CT?
Things are good. It's been interesting since August. To be honest, it's been and it's not because it's 2020. I'm also visually impaired, so it's not because of this year. It's just every day it's a different type of struggle because I'm losing my vision, and it's not a woe is me story. It's just things happen. But yes, since August until actually the beginning of this month, which was not that long ago, it's just been very jagged. A lot of life lessons, a lot of situations where snow was slapping me sideways, basically, figuratively speaking. Just learn the lesson. So I'm really ready now. Cleaned out my house. So I was wondering what you do see now for a relationship. I know I asked you that before, but that was I don't know, August, September, what you feel for that happening. Right. Yeah.
Huh. Actually, I kind of see just a couple more snowstorms, so to speak. Not because of anything in particular that you're doing or haven't done to kind of set yourself up for these are kind of things that are outside of your control, let's say.
Yes.
And sometimes we just gotta let it happen. And there's a couple more of those that are going to occur. Probably, I want to say I'm asking how much longer, and I'm getting a 6, so it could be 6 weeks or 6 months. I have a feeling it's 6 months though. That feels stronger to me. So there's a couple more things that are going to get in your way, which you're going to get through. You're going to have the same attitude as you do right now. Shit happens, so to speak. Excuse my language. And it's not anything too devastating or not anything you can't get through. It's just going to be events that are completely out of your control. And then once all of that is kind of out of the way, then all those good, positive things that you've been working towards are going to start to occur. You know, this is finally going to start to settle down. It almost feels like it's actually in the cards, so to speak. And in the, kind of in like your astrology chart. This is all part of what's in the chart. It's going to happen. not anything you could do about it. So you'll just take the ride, and when you're done with the ride, you'll get off the roller coaster, basically, if that makes sense.
That makes complete sense. It's just, as you know, it can be very,
Yep.
it can be very, and people are people. They get it, but they don't. And I kind of like, it's interesting because even with my career / I'm on my 3rd book, and hopefully that'll be out I'm probably going to be February, to be realistic. But, yeah, I want to have it done by January, but it's just been like, even the people around me, all you can do now is basically network. Of course, there's a pandemic. So there's a lot of networking groups I'm a part of. It's just, I'm also having difficulty with people not believing in me, and and I might be blind, but I'm not stupid. I see through people's crap. I see through a lot, and people don't like it. I could feel it. I sense it. I don't say anything, but I sure can feel and sense it, and
Right.
they don't like it, and so it's like I feel like I'm always put to the side. So it's just been difficult. Where's my people? Where's the people that will actually listen to the words that I have to say? Yeah.
Yeah.
Few and far between, quite honestly. They're few and far between. But it will happen. I'm actually going to see what Anne has to add to this.
Sure.
So, Anne.
Thank you.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
I'm keeping on with my deck, the Angels of Light cards from Diana Cooper, because I feel that they have wonderful messages. So it's more like a spiritual message more than a prediction, so to speak. But I actually have Archangel Zadkiel with me for you. Isn't that nice? And he works with the violet flame. Have you talked about? Have you read anything or you know what the violet flame is about?
Yeah, it's funny. When I was 5 years old, that was my favorite color. Makes complete sense.
Oh.
Yep. Yes.
Wow. So
I'm very connected.
You can call on Archangel Zadkiel, and you can work with purification and transmutation, and clearing and cleansing with the violet flame. So just invoke yourself with him and see it coming like a shower on you and showering you with. Because my senses are also that because we are living in a weird year, we still have a few days left of this year, right? And the energies are really strange and not anything we could have ever thought of. So as a light worker and a spiritual person and a very sensitive person, it's very common that we do pick up and we can end up. There are many other ways. Of course, if you feel that you're stuck, we do work on that behalf too. But you can find us on scrollsofthesoul.com if that's the case. Do this first. And what Archangel Zadkiel says that I am cleansed within the violet flame. So that is what you can do. One way you can do it. You can also Google on it. I'm going to put up that affirmation. So if you just visualize that you are being showered within the violet flame, so that you can clear and cleanse and purify everything that have been affecting you. It's very, very, very strong. The violet flame is very strong. And I also see that in some time from now, I can't say timeline, and probably like Sue said, there will be a time for you here when things are coming up. But the blessing, even if it's hard sometimes, and we want to just be ready, right? The more we resist, the longer it takes. If you use this violet flame and Archangel Zadkiel's help, you can actually just embrace it and say, even if, I don't accept what it is, it's not the same thing, but I can embrace the fact that I'm shown all of this, so I can make new choices, because that's what it's all about. And you are going to come into time with new beginnings. It's a very different cycle. It's a brand new energy that will come into your life, and then you can start to manifest from there. and continue a few things you want to keep and release some things that you don't want to have anymore. So that's a part of it all. And that affirmation is, I welcome and nurture the new in my life. So you can work on both of these, because as you work with the violet flame, you're going to feel that sometimes things can be more tense because we are moving around the energies, because we are dealing with them, if that makes sense. Don't let that get to you in any way. Just keep on doing your thing. Keep on with the violet flame and keep on believing that this is going to bring you into a brand new beginning. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, that makes complete sense. It does. And it's not even a time thing. I really like what you said in this instance. Like when you're doing it every day, time is just it doesn't work that way in the spiritual land anyway. So,
Right.
I'm just going to keep at it. And the word is, I was in a part of a seminar this morning, devotion, devoting and discipline with really keeping up with this purification with the violet flame too. That's what's coming up for me as far as intuition with what you just said. Yeah, absolutely. So the sky is the limit. And, my birthday's next Wednesday, and I always think of the new year as your birthday, and I just thought of this epiphany moment 2 days ago, Tuesday. So, for the next week, I'm just going to release, and then the day of my birthday, that's when I'm going to ask for my wish / things coming in, and because I know I have things to release, I definitely know that. I don't want anything of 2020 coming in my own essence of being another number age-wise. Mm-hmm. So I want to release all of that and then bring all the good stuff in, and it really is all intention. Yeah.
And I have two more suggestions, so you can feel what you want to do, because there are many other great energies and rays of purification and things of that nature. The Mahatma energy, that's a golden energy. That's wonderful to work with. Okay. So you can find that. And also Mother Mary, Virgin Mary, Archangel Mary, we have many names of her. I usually call her Mother Mary, but she's also very strong. She has a white, cleansing, powerful light.
Oh, okay.
You can find that out too. Yes.
That's beautiful.
That's powerful too.
And there's another thing about Mother Mary you may not know is most people tend to think of Archangel Michael with this one, as far as going into battle and help you battle something. Mother Mary is just as powerful, if not more so, when it comes to fighting a battle and needing help in that battle. She's amazing, absolutely amazing. There was an aspect I won't get into now, but an aspect in my life where she fought on my behalf, and it was incredible what she could do. Absolutely incredible. So, and they're all as powerful like that, but most people tend to put Mother Mary into kind of this box, and have one thought about her, when really she's quite the powerhouse when it comes to fighting off the darker side of things, maybe demonic, so to speak. She's very good at that. Very good.
Very interesting. Yeah, I've actually had readings where people have said Mother Mary is around me a lot. So that's interesting that you're talking about it. I will definitely YouTube these, types of ways of channeling and purifying myself, and transmutation shall begin, for sure.
And don't forget, you can go over to our page, scrollsofthesouls.com/live, and Anne, like Anne said, she puts out all the information. If you scroll down, you can see all of the information that we're talking about. She adds it there in the live chat. So, by all means, go on over there, because I'm looking right now. She's got the affirmations. Everything's up there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm definitely out there. Check it out. Thank you,
And
Lee.
so-
and also,
Wonderful.
Welcome.
thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to mention something more. I also we have mostly shows on our YouTube channel, but we are starting to put in some affirmations and tools that are spiritual tools. So there are 3 videos. One of them is forgiveness, one of them is cord cutting with Archangel Michael, and there are coming more, but you can go there too. There are links on that page, scrollsofthesoul.com/live, where you can find that.
Big, that's awesome. I'm definitely in. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Very helpful. Very helpful.
All right. Good luck and keep us
Thank
updated,
you.
okay?
All right.
Yes.
Great.
All right,
Take care.
You too. Have a
Bye.
good day.
Take care.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Ah, okay. What a great show today, Sissy. Very good.
Yes, very good.
You know, I got to ask Anila how to spell her name because I know it's probably really close to Amelia, but without the I-A at the end. I'll have to ask her. I presume it's Amela, I think. So Amelia, you'll have to tell me next time the correct spelling.
I think it's Amela.
Amela.
Amela. Yeah, without the I.
Okay, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah. 2 L's, you think? We'll have to ask her next time.
Oh, one. I think 1 L. I'm
One
not
L,
sure. Ask
yeah.
next time.
Yeah.
The
I'll
more
ask
I
her.
try to figure it out, the more I'm going to go in different other directions, so to speak. So, yeah, it was a great show today, really. I love the show
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. So where at, Sissy? I think we're gonna have to bring it out. I don't have any other callers if you want to bring everything out or to the end.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely
Okay.
fine. So, if you want to, everybody, there's quite a lot of information right now, affirmations and links and some information that are useful to work with different things in the spiritual sense on scrollsofthesoul.com/live, scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And on today's show, we have been talking about angels and ascended masters. We did share a couple of our personal stories, and we have been taking your calls for questions and readings and also chatting a little bit. So we just love that as usual. Our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is Thursday, December 17th with Soul Sister Show and host Sue and myself, Anne. We will be talking about numerology. So you can give us any numbers special to you next time. So we try to count them down to a single digit or a master number, and we tell you the energy of that. So it can be a long series of numbers. It can be a short. It can be at least 2, so we can add them. And of course, as usual, we'll be taking your calls for questions and free mini readings live on air. We'll be on 10 a.m. Pacific in the U.S., 6 p.m. London, 7 p.m. Sweden, and 8 p.m. Greece in Europe. And you can always listen to replays of all shows anytime at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. You can, keep yourself updated on our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And you can listen live and chat with us during all our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. There's a player you can listen live, and there's a chat room to chat with us. And for today, there are quite a bunch of info, affirmations, and links and things. So go there. We keep that up at least to the day before next week's show. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue for a personal paid reading, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And if we didn't have a chance to take your call, please call into our next show. And of course, You can also find us on YouTube. Just search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube and subscribe and like our videos. Thank you all for listening and calling in, and we're back next Thursday, December 17th, talking about numerology. So, Sissy, do you have anything you want to tell the audience before the show ends?
Just to reiterate what you said, which is to thank everyone for entrusting us with your questions. We really do appreciate it, and we're so grateful. So thank you everyone, and shout out to my mom. Angels watch over you all night long. Sissy?
Yes, and I say love, light, peace, and joy to all of you. Bye.